Good evening, it's nice to see you again on VITV with Into Vietnam in the news. Vietnam's credit rises 12.51% in 2013. The country improves its global rank in terms of license procedures. And Vietnam auto sales unexpectedly surged in the end of 2013. The Central Bank Governor Nguyễn Văn Bình was quoted saying Vietnam posted annual credit growth of 12.51% in 2013, quickening from an expansion of 8.85% over the previous year, while lending rates this year may ease. He says, in principle, interest rate in 2014 will be kept as now. If conditions permit, they may continue to ease 1 to 2 percentage points per year. He also said the deposit rate would stay unchanged. Vietnam has been ranked the 28th among 185 countries for its licensing procedures for construction industry in 2013 and represent a jump of 39 places from the previous year. According to the World Bank report on 11 indices evaluating the business environment in Vietnam, the construction industry licensing procedure is one of only 2 indices that showed an increase. The other 9 indices evaluating the business environment declined. The Ministry of Construction noted that in 2013, the number of unlicensed constructions reduced sharply by 9%, compared with 4% in 2012. It says localities had rushed to seek official approval on new regulations for the construction industry that would provide a more effective base for granting licenses. The Vietnam Automobile Manufacturer Association says auto sales in the local market hit more than 110,500 units, up 19% from the previous year. The result was totally unexpected. In the context, difficulties remained, and the auto sector had adjusted its sales target many times, of no more than 10%. In details, less than 10 seat car sales rose 25%, while those of truck and commercial vehicles rose 16%. Reviewing auto sales in the past year, the sales had been slumping many times despite a clear year-on-year improvement. Even in the hot period of the sector in November, Vietnam posted a slight auto sales from the previous month, dampening any expectation from the industry. The unexpected rise in auto sales for the whole year was partly attributed to the surge in the sector in the final month of the year. In details, total car sales hit more than 13,200 units in December, up 30% from November and 32% on year. The positive signal has prompted the Walmart to introduce the auto sale target of 120,000 units this year, a 9% increase from 2013. Vietnam's auto market saw a significant increase in the imports of completely built units. The General Statistics Office revealed CPU in 2013 hit 34,500 units, worth $709 million, representing a 25.9% rise in volume and 15.2% rise in value from 2012. At the same time, locally assembled car sales were lower, with Walmart member sales hit more than 96,690 units, up 20% from 2012. According to the Ministry of Finance, new businesses hit 79,000 in 2013, meanwhile 61,000 other either temporarily or permanently halted operations or filed for bankruptcy. The rise in the startups was attributed to improved business operations, revealing the number of profit earners, but up 34.6% of the total, 4.6% higher than in 2012. Businesses contributed more than 91 trillion dong to the state budget, representing an increase of 18% compared to 2012. The Ministry of Industry and Trade had decided to reduce the petroleum import quota for this year to approximately 7 million tons from the earlier target of 9.115 million tons. All of the 18 domestic firms eligible for petroleum imports saw a sharp decrease in the import quota compared with the level set earlier this year. Specifically, the Vietnam National Petroleum Corporation, or Petrolimex, received the largest import quota reduction from 5.18 million tons to nearly 4.4 million tons. It was followed by Petro Vietnam Oil Corporation, or PV Oil, with 591,000 tons. Of note, PV Oil's petrol import quota was 27,000 tons, accounting for 10% of the initial assignment. The southern hub of Ho Chi Minh City earned more than $2 billion from foreign direct investment last year, while Bình Dương aims to have 31 industrial zones by 2020. More in the following news.
Ho Chi Minh City attracted 477 new foreign direct investment projects in 2013, with total investment capital of $1.05 billion, up 9.4% in the number of projects and 76.72% in capital compared to the previous year. The Municipal Department of Planning and Investment reports it also granted licenses for 139 oil projects, with expanded capital of $1.03 billion, up 16.81% and 33.13% respectively. Third, the city delivered $2.08 billion FDI capital, an annual increase of 51.98%. In addition to old and new projects, 67 projects valued at $436.78 million were moved to other localities or shut down, and 20 others with $21.42 million temporarily ceased operation. The city has more than 4,900 FDI projects so far, with total registered capital of $33.5 billion. Singapore ranks the first among foreign investors in the city, followed by Malaysia and the Republic of Korea. The southern province of Bình Dương will have 31 industrial zones covering a total area of 11,463 hectares by 2020 as part of a Vision 2025 plan. Under the plans, the province will establish 2 high-tech industrial zones, the anti-industrial zones covering an area of 100 to 150 hectares, and the Bình Dương Industry Services and Urban Area Complex, spread over 300 hectares. The province will also have 13 industrial clusters spanning 908 hectares by 2020, which will expand to 15 clusters by 2025. The clusters aim to focus on companies manufacturing building materials, high-quality ceramics, as well as agricultural processing companies and ancillary industries. The target is to achieve average industrial growth by value of 8.6% between 2011-2015 and 10% during 2016 and 2020.
Owing to more and more efficient printing technologies, now it's hard to distinguish which are the pirate books and official ones, and so pirate books are sold and circulated publicly in the market. Pirated books have become a problem which directly affects the reputation of legitimate businesses and impact negatively on consumer confidence. More in the following story.
Also, the 4 grades of math books, also published by Vietnam Education Publishing House, and also sealed with anti-counterfeiting stamps. But among these 2 books, one is an official book, another is pirated. Talking to a VITV reporter, Nguyễn Đăng Quang, former deputy director of the Vietnam Education Publishing House, said these were 2 of the exhibits seized during the investigation process to the largest consuming center of pirated books in Bắc Giang. Among the pirated books seized, there were a big quantity of those titled under the Education Publishing House as English books 3, 4, 5 for elementary pupils, math and geography exercise books, etc.
Thế thì tại nhà sách này thì cái số lượng sách nhiều nhất trong các cái vụ mà bắt được in lậu từ trước tới nay lên tới trên 13.000 cuốn sách lậu. Thế thì bình thường ra ở Hà Nội thì theo những lần mà đi kiểm tra trước đây thì chúng tôi hay thấy là sách lậu thường nó độn một ít thôi, còn vẫn sách thật nằm bên trên, sách thật bày cửa hàng. Thế nhưng trên Bắc Giang thì ngang nhiên tìm sách thật không có, mà chỉ thấy sách lậu thôi.
However, the number of contraband books detected and seized is nothing compared to the number of pirated books being circulated in the market. There are many different stages in the production process of pirated books, and authorized agencies has just discovered only the top of the process, that is, only when the books are released and put into circulation, while it is difficult to control and prevent printing centers which abet the illegal activities.
Và họ chọn cái địa bàn, cái khu vực mà có thể tránh cái sự kiểm soát của cơ quan chức năng. Đấy là cái đối tượng nó đã làm, nó chủ động cái việc đấy. Thế thứ hai là hiện nay là do cái việc mà nó địa bàn nó trải khắp như vậy thì kể cả các sở thông tin truyền thông, kể cả cơ quan chính bộ này đi thanh kiểm tra không thể dễ gì mà phát hiện ngăn chặn được. Đa số là phát hiện qua khâu phát hành rồi ta lật lại cái cơ sở in. Thế thì cái việc từ cái khâu phát hành mà ấy lại thì họ lại chia nhỏ, họ bỏ họ ký gửi, họ cái người không biết là chỉ biết là làm ăn quen đến ký gửi, cuối đến thanh toán.
As the general director of one of the publication's businesses, especially textbook, educational equipment and stationeries, Mr. Vũ Bà Khanh said he was concerned the contraband business is increasingly expanded, and pirated books are still publicly sold and circulated on the market.
Trước đây thì nó còn lưu hành một cách nó nhỏ giọt. Ví dụ như năm 2011 thì chúng tôi bị in lậu khoảng 10 đầu sách thôi, 12 đầu sách. Và năm 2012 thì nó lên tới 22 đầu. Và hiện nay thì nguyên công ty chúng tôi là sách bị in lậu là tới 37 đầu sách. Cái bộ sách tiếng Anh mà thuộc cái đề án ngoại ngữ 2020 của chính phủ giao cho Bộ Giáo dục đang bị in lậu một cách rất nghiêm trọng. Và đây rõ ràng là nó ảnh hưởng đến bản quyền, bởi vì cái sách đó là hai bên đã ký một cái thỏa thuận với nhau là đồng sở hữu bản quyền trên lãnh thổ Việt Nam. Và hai bên đã cam kết là thực hiện cái luật pháp của quốc tế và lãnh thổ luật pháp của Việt Nam. Thế nếu như hiện tượng in lậu này mà nó cứ làm cho cái việc của nhà xuất bản nó thất thu như thế này thì nó mang tiếng ảnh hưởng đến cái hội nhập quốc tế.
Accordingly, to have distinguished official books with pirated ones, Vietnam Education Publishing House has sealed anti-counterfeit stamps for all of the books it published. However, these anti-counterfeiting stamps are even made contraband themselves by illegal printers to deceive consumers and authorities. Previously, people identified pirated books by their text and images, which was usually fairly printed, but in recent years, printing technologies have constantly improved, and pirated books can also be printed on modern printers. Therefore, it is hard to distinguish them from the official ones. Without the drastic involvement of the authorities, they continue to be sold and circulated publicly in the market.
And the program will wrap up with local gold prices, forex, and stock markets. Well, that's the news on VITV. Thank you so much for spending your time with us. We'll see you soon, and goodbye for now.